Well, meteorologist Hammock City. This is Monday, October 7th, and we got a coastal storm coming. As we've been talking about, the NAO is going to be crashing, blocking patterns coming in, and that always leads to a storm system. Remember last week this thing was supposed to go out to sea, and I kept talking about this thing's going to snuggle up into the coastal areas, and sure enough, it's going to snuggle in there. Um, Again, using uh, your reasoning of the weather patterns, uh, these are what typically will happen with these storms. And it's nice to see everyone's now starting to catch on to the storm coming, and we got people starting to call it all different kind of names out there, and we're going to have the clickbait game going on as well. So be wary. It's going to be a nor'eastern. Um, you know, they're not even, I tell you, this is the NHC folks here. They're not even really looking at it. They don't have anything out right now. They have this thing over here. I'm not sure exactly what they're looking at over there, but I haven't looked out that far. But they haven't really looked at this thing here, even though um, this is the thing that seems to be twirling around out here. And but I think the whole coastal storm is a lot more complicated because you have this piece here, you have another piece down in here, and I think it's all coming up and congealing into a big storm here. And this is going to be a big storm when you look at it on the satellite pictures with a large wind field and a lot of wave action problems. I think when we look at the issues, Nantucket, Cape Cod, Long Island, even down to the Jersey Shore, you're going to have tidal surges, coastal flooding, as well as probably Nantucket getting into some tropical storm force winds for a little bit, and generally a 25 to 40 mile-an-hour wind gusts up and down the coast with this storm, as well as large waves and large swells coming into the shore as well. Um, Cold front also coming through the eastern part of the country today with rain and thunderstorms. And most of your thunderstorms this morning are down in here, but everything is sort of behaving itself in terms of nasty weather. Just a squall line coming through parts of Mississippi, Alabama this morning. And haven't seen too many warnings out for anything right now, but later on today we might see some warning coming out. There's no real risk of any severe weather the next couple of days here, so that's good. Surface maps this morning got cold front coming through. This is going to stall and interact with our storm along the coast. And so what is going to happen? Well, we get to Tuesday evening. The front is going to be kind of like stalling up along the coast here. You're going to have a couple low centers showing up, okay, which, as I said, this is the one that was here, the one down in here, coming up, both of them coming up, and then they're going to congeal into a one storm center by Thursday morning, which will be somewhere off the mid-Atlantic coast. Again, I can see this snuggled up a little bit further to the coast, but even with this large wind field, you can see this has got a huge wind field around it. Okay, it's pretty big, and so you're going to have strong winds up into New England, and even some heavy rains up into New England, and strong winds even into New York City, and all the way down into Ocean. Virginia Beach, I should say, as well. This is the wind field. You can see the wind field, a very large wind field going from Boston all the way down the coastal area. So a lot of coastal problems coming up here, folks, with coastal flooding. Some of these waves are going to come right up to the bulkheads in some cases here. Because I think this storm is going to be so big, it's just going to generate a lot of waves. It's going to stick around Friday and probably start to move away on Saturday as the blizzard that's going to occur out in the northern plains kind of kicks it off to the east and gets it out of here. But again, it's part of the weather pattern we've been talking about, that we should get a storm like this showing up that can produce some pretty nasty weather. You can see the rainfall next 24 hours, some heavier rains in here. We need the rains across the northeast. It's been very dry, and that is good as well to get some rain coming in to the northeast. So that's all I have for today on our coastal storm. I know I've been kind of beating a horse with this one here, but again, it's part of the pattern with the blocking pattern coming in. Now, if it were a month from now, we'd be talking snow, a bad snowstorm too. Who knows? Maybe the blocking pattern will stick around into the wintertime. All right, that's it for today. I'm meteorologist Harry Marcus City.